Boom. All right, let's see what's cracking. I kind of like the screen goes. I like this. We're gonna try. What's happening? What's happening, y'all? About to roll up something here, but look, about to interview my boys. I sent the link out. We're gonna be set up here in a moment. New York to Texas connection, man. We live here, but we're actually live here. YouTube, what's popping? Powered by StreamYard, it says. You know what it is. I like that setup. Okay. Tinking around here. Hope y'all having a good day, man. We chilling. I believe we're live. I'm missing this crap. There you go. Spotlight layout. We'll try that. All right. We'll leave that like that. I'll fuck with that. All right. Looks like we're live. So any moment now, man, we'll be chopping my boys. Boom. All right. That's how it looks. I can pop out, go back. You know what I'm saying? Do the thing. All right. Appreciate you, man. Peace to everybody chopping in. You see the link down there, man. If you want to use that, tap in and join me. I'm over here on YouTube, or I believe if you just go to my YouTube, Bump Jonas, you'll be able to see this, man. So eventually, I'm going to roll up, but eventually we're going to get Dame and chopping this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Or we can do it over here, man. Y'all let me know which way you want to go. But I got me some questions here. I'm putting a blunt together. We about to chop. We about to really do the motherfucking thing, man. So, but look, you see what I'm doing? It's the New York to Texas Connection exclusive interview. We're going to talk about the project, the EP. We're going to talk about how it came to be, how it happened, how the friendship happened, all of those different connections. Now, I don't got no classic New York gear. I don't have no chop it up gear necessarily, but you know, we got back to the lab on, we repping for Texas. And then, hey, who the fuck is Banksy? If that's not like the most New York statement, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck is you, right? All right. Then of course, you know, I'm playing around with the glasses. We're gonna see how I do, man. But look, we over here or we over here? You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. As soon as I get with my mans back to the lab, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it crack. But yeah, make sure y'all take the link, or definitely just you know what I'm saying? Go to YouTube. Bump Jonas, YouTube. That's all you gotta do. Just go there. You should see me live, Friday Night Live. Well, let me get to what I was doing. I should play some music though, huh? So I'm not just, you know, chilling. Huh? Let's play some music. Let's see what's going on. And get my niggas up in here so we can chop it up. I believe I'm doing this shit right. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see. John Boy, nah, bro. I would say it was a pleasure. It was more than a pleasure. It was an honor to be able to host the show and to watch you perform, bro. Because the way this cat gets busy, John Boy, nah, ridiculous. And I can tell you, there's a shit ton of you young heads that need to learn a few lessons from what this. Yes, ma'am. Ready? Let's go. Yeah. I was, but I forgot, and I was waiting for 5 minutes. Has it been 5? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna turn it on. Thank you. Let me know. Okay. I got it. There you go. All right, y'all, back. Hey, yo, what's good? All right, so what's the word? What up, Damo, man? What's up, bro? My boy, what's happening? Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold on. Hey.
What's
Hey,
good? What's
yo.
good? Hey,
Hey, can you hear me?
Let me see.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And so I much rather have this sideways. There we go. Yeah. That way
All
we on.
right, good. I'm messing around with the different formats. Once we get Chop in here, you think we're gonna get Tall?
I don't know. I don't know if Chop let him know or not. You
I
know.
bet. Here we go.
I'm just gonna sit this down for a moment so I can set this tripod up.
Appreciate y'all tapping in. I got the IG live going as well. Redirect. Make sure y'all see the pin right there. Go ahead and I hope that link takes you to the live stream over here on YouTube. But if not, hey, just go to Bump Jonas, my YouTube. It should show me going live. I'm over here getting started, getting set up with the illustrious, the capo of this motherfucker. Game. Back to the live.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? I see he got the water floss, the toothpick in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. I just got to eat some pizza.
Keep it thorough. We fuck with it. We fuck with it.
I was eating some pizza and shit, man. So I was like, let me make sure I ain't got no fucking pepper, what they call it, Philly cheesesteak and shit all in my teeth though. But yeah, man, I think we good. Let me see if I can make this screen wider. Yeah, I'm doing this on my phone instead of
How's it working out from the phone?
It's manageable, but I don't like the way it is.
He said, "I'm not feeling this shit."
Yeah, it's manageable though, man. I mean, I can do this.
What's up, First King? What's up? All right, let me roll up real quick while we seeing what's good with Chop.
Let's see.
I was supposed to roll up, but then I got distracted. I've been on my sous chef all day, man, helping the the can of chemist in the kitchen.
Already.
But now holla at me, man. What's going on with your Friday night, man? Friday Night Live. What's the word?
Bro, it's really, really low key around my parts, man. I mean, and this odd for me, like, the older I get, I realize, man, like, fam, if you can stay at home on a Friday, like, especially a payday Friday, let's say that. Let's add that to it. If you can stay at home on a payday Friday, like son, you that's maturity right there.
I would say that's discipline. that's like
that's maturity, man. And it ain't daddy daughter weekend, like serious, like, man, the average man will be wilding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying?
You chilling for real. Like,
yeah, but I'm laid back chilling, man. It's just one of them days, man. You know what I'm saying? Where I felt like, kicking it, especially after the days I had out there in the 702. I'm like,
yeah, let's I wanted hold on. My homeboy said a nigga can't answer the phone. He went Hollywood. you Hey man, I'm not Hollywood, bro. You just be calling me at the wrong time when I'm in my Hollywood shit. You know what I'm saying? But look, let's talk about
man, I like that lid you got on, fam. Man,
you see it? You see it? Look,
right.
The project is a New York to Texas connection. And so I was like, well, fuck it. I got my Texas connection here. And like the sweatshirt says, who the fuck is Banksy? And like it can't get no more New York than saying who the fuck is you. So you know what I'm saying?
Then I see the Yankees in the background. I see the Yankees cap, man. So yeah.
Don't try to get like you, man. You got the setup.
Oh yeah, but this is crazy because this is the setup from the very last live I did before I went to Vegas. So like y'all see these albums in the back. That's just a random That's just a random 2 albums that just so happen to be on the shelf right now. So it
There's
ain't,
no correlation, right? There's no message.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could fix it. I could change that real quick. I could put some New York and some Texas shit up there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we like that, bro. I see you got Nori in the back and a Good Kid, Mad City. Those some good
Yeah,
picks anyway.
yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I like rocking with the uh with the kid Nori, man. You know, especially back in his rapping days. Like, you know, even the Drink Champ shit, you know what I'm saying? But like especially back in the rapping days, like I was fucking, he was just one of them grimy niggas, man.
All
You
right,
know.
so was Nori the one, because you wasn't really on Mobb Deep or some of these other like New York staples to a degree, were you?
Nah,
Um
it was just a handful of songs that I liked from like Mobb Deep and like Woo and shit like that. It was just a handful of songs I like. I ain't ever really get into the catalogs and shit like that.
so how did you come across Nori? Was that like back then
Uh,
or more recent?
that was back then. That was back then.
Okay.
It was TONY and LA. You know, back in the Rap City days, I think I seen that shit on Rap City, and I just started
Ah,
fucking
that's
with him.
right.
Yeah, I just started fucking with him, and then I think when Capone got locked up and Nori came out with this album right here, well, this Mirror ain't gonna fuck me up. When he came out with this one right here, that's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm a fan now. Yeah, it's
That's the one.
uh,
That's the
yeah,
I
yeah,
forget though, like BET gave Nori a lot of love. 106 and Park, a lot of them
yeah. They used to get that boy big love. I mean, you know, he had the Pharrell plug. You know what I'm saying? He had the Def Jam plug. So, you know, I think that's how it worked out. Not to say he wasn't good for the lane that he was in, but yeah, that worked out. It worked out for
yeah,
him.
hey, that's connection shit. Ain't nothing. All
Real
right, so
talk.
look, um, I know we're gonna end up talking about New York to Texas connection, man. I think we're gonna get chopping here eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me
You did
dump
hit on the IG.
let me dump this live. I had the live going. I'm gonna dump that. We're gonna come back around. Let's see where
Yeah,
we at on
I
the
know.
IG.
He said after 7 he was gonna be good. I ain't even.
Yeah, but you never know because you know he on New York time. So
Yeah, for real, for real.
yeah.
Hey,
But hey, but let's go back to Vegas though, man, because you just put on a hell of a fucking show. I mean, I know it was just really you was popping up as a guest, but you got a chance to interview, you did the bar test, you really like it was a whole show for you, right? So talk to us a little bit about that experience, my boy.
so the first time I went out there, not the first time I went to Vegas, but the first time I went to the Fifth Element show. Uh,
Okay.
I was gonna be a guest, but they had a little extended talking time with one of the guests, so it ended up you know, kind of like knocking me out the box. So I was like,
Right.
yeah, you know, but the day I come back, man, the day I come back is gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? So from that day forward, me and Ray Sun, you know, we kind of like stayed in touch, and you know that's my G right there. So
Yeah.
and I
Salute to the
know T,
fifth.
I know Slim, you know, but it seemed like Ray Sun was the one that, you know, I'd always end up chopping it up with. He be in the chat, you know, and all that. So, you know, due to that consistent communication, he was like, man, when you come back, yeah, you know, we got to go on and get you on the show, bro.
Like
And
on there, like
yeah, like on there for real, like locked in, like ain't nobody, you know, taking you off the stand this time, you know. So I was like, all right, bet. But luckily, you know, when that happened, I didn't even know we was gonna be coming out with a New York to Texas, you know, with an EP or nothing like that.
oh,
I ain't even know. So now it was like I actually came back to promote something, not just to make up for not actually getting a chance to get on. Like I got a chance
right.
and promote some shit. And
So like it was almost like you didn't get on the first time to make it prepared for this time, like to set it
yeah,
up for this.
so you know the build up was dope because I was like, okay, so and I'm gonna have something for the bar test. You know, I got a few things to promote. You know what I'm saying? Like it worked out real good, man. So pulled up. No, as a matter of fact, Ray Sun pulled up and swooped me. Ray Sun
Oh
pulled
shit.
up and swooped me up.
You got the car service?
Man, like a real nigga, bro. Like that nigga actually, he pulled up and swooped, you know, and then and bro, we pulled up at the studio. You know, all his guys was out there. You know, like I said, I met them before. I know these dudes, and just the warmth, the
The
the love
energy,
that was shown
yeah.
when I hopped out the whip. Like I was like, you know, what up, though? You know, cause Slim and OT, you know, they from Detroit, so you know,
Right.
I hop out the whip. You know, what up, though, man? It was just love, just love. So man, you know, got a chance to kind of like loosen up a little bit outside the building. Then we went in, man, and she was butter, bro. Like she was butter. Man, I was looking forward to that shit, man.
Now, was you nervous or anything? Because this was a different setting for you,
Yeah,
right?
it was a different setting, and of course, yeah, I was nervous. Like, bro, you know, believe it or not, I still get nervous before Back to the Lab Lives get ready to come on. Like,
Oh
I still
shit.
get it's a line in Fly Away, Goody Mob song, and Big Gip was saying how he still gets stage fright, and like, yeah, I felt him on that, bro, because I still to this day, and I've been doing Back to the Lab Live for shit 3 years now, man, and I still get a little nervousness right before that timer ticks down when that bitch say 3, 2, 1, you are now live.
Let's go.
Still get a little nervous, yeah, bro. So yeah,
All right,
I
so
was nervous, man. But you gotta fight through that shit like a G, man. You know what I'm talking about?
and you being the G, the capo that you are, the head honcho of the commission is normal for you. It's natural. Uh Now,
After you shake the nervousness off, then it fall in line. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta shake that shit off at first, though.
I noticed at one point you ended up interviewing somebody, or not. You was having conversations, but it kind of came across like an interview. Was that intended, or did it just happen?
Man, bro, they did that, man. They was just like when my interview was done, Ray Sun was like, Dane, just go and chill. You ain't gotta move, you ain't gotta go nowhere. And OT was too. He was like, man, you ain't gotta go nowhere, stay right here. So
Oh
I was like,
shit.
okay, shit. So I'm not gonna sit here and not be of use. And plus, when the chick was talking, she was kind of like looking at me, addressing me like periodically throughout the convo. She was kind of like addressing me at some points, and I was like, okay, well, she may think I'm a guest host for the day or whatever. I mean, I don't know. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and jump up in there, man. So it won't be weird, like how back in the day when Arsenio or Johnny Carson they used to have a guest, and then they would just slide over when the new guests come in,
And
and
just sit there forever and not
yeah,
have
and they,
nothing.
they just sit there like, and now this interview is taking place between the host and this guest, and the previous guest just kind of like sitting there and just want. So I just wanted to make sure I added a little something, man, to it since they let me sit in the seat, man. And
Hey,
plus, like I told them once, like I told them when I was there, then that was probably the same seat that I don't know the way it was set up, but that was probably the same seat, man, Coolio sat in, because Coolio was there on their show. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Yeah, that was probably the same seat that, rest in peace, Coolio. That was probably the same seat Tash or Spice One sat in, or one of the members of Smith and Wesson. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn,
you
bro.
never,
You was sitting with legends then. You was sitting
yeah,
with
legends been there, man. So it was a blessing to me, bro. I felt that shit, and plus it was just good just being back in their presence. Cause last time I was there, they showed me big love with Father MC. You know what I'm saying? And we was wild, and it was a good look, man. Eating fried chicken and macaroni and cheese and collard greens and shit, man. Like shit went down.
Now
Like
hold
that
on.
big
You
love.
you was eating some Southern classics with Father MC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They had it all lined up. They had the table with the whole spread laid out, man. They had
What?
drinks of drinks of your choice, man, and we had to smoke. We was right there in the Arts District in Vegas, bro. Like, good look,
Okay.
man. Good
Okay.
look,
Fifth
bro.
Element
Like,
don't play.
man, legendary shit.
Okay. Pimp
Legendary.
shit. Pimp shit.
I'm telling you, bump. Like, I gotta give it to them guys, man. They really got a good movement going out there, and the city fuck with them, bro.
It
The
sounds like
city,
they put on for the city in a way. The city ain't got no choice but to fuck with them, man.
yeah, man. I'm talking about when you step out with these guys in Vegas, bro. It's like even just going to the mall to buy a pair of kicks is special, man, because you ain't with no rinky dink niggas. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's like
Fifth
dealing with made niggas or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. This Fifth Element, man. Like these niggas done talked to some legends, man. They can sat down and got some crazy stories. You know what I'm saying? So, I take my hat off to them, man, for what they doing in the Las Vegas, podcast and journalism world. You know what I'm saying?
And for hip hop at that too.
Yeah, yeah. And
So,
for hip hop,
all right,
for
so
sure.
what kind of question? I mean, I got to see the questions. I got to experience it, but like for those that are tuning in now, like what was some of the questions like, or what was it like to be on the other end of the questions? Because you
Hey,
usually be asking.
cats kind of put me on the spot, man. They said they gave me one of them options, man, where it was like uh Ghetto Boys or UGK. Got to go.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, man, y'all won't do me like that. But like I told them, and I say it again, man. Like, I love Ghetto Boys, but in that scenario right there, yeah, Ghetto Boys would have to go, man. I told I love Face. That's my favorite rapper. But as a collective, I'm more of a diehard UGK fan than Ghetto Boys, because
And
I'm a diehard UGK fan.
so why is that? Why is that?
I don't know, bro. I think it was just something about the beats. It was some, because they shit was always funky.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Pimp Pimp represented a real Texas nigga, man. With the twang and the way he talked and shit, man, and the way he just let his nuts hang and say anything, pause. But the way he would say anything, man, and you
And
couldn't
stood on that shit.
yeah, you couldn't quiet Pimp, man. And then on the flip side, you had Bun, who was a crazy ass lyricist. You know what I'm saying? He had the Texas twang too, but they was just like, they was different, but they was the same in a sense. And it blended well, bro. Like, Pimp had the beats, he had the flow too, he had the vocals. Bun had the lyrics. They was just a dynamic duo, man. And I felt them more than I felt Ghetto Boys, bro. Because out of Ghetto Boys, I favored Face the most. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But
Right.
with UGK, that shit
Who
was
you gonna
equal.
pick? Like you gonna pick one of the two, but you still
Yeah.
gonna have like hella love for the others. Like, well, but hold on, but you know what I mean?
But with UGK, that shit was kind of like equally though, bump. Like,
Okay.
I couldn't take nothing. That's it's like Ball and G. Like, it's kind of equal. No, neither one of them outshines the other. You know what
Right.
I'm
Like
saying?
like if you use Baller G as an example, I'm a big MJG fan because I love like the energy and the bounce and the pimp
Yeah,
in his verses. But at the same time, I wouldn't say he better than 8 Ball because Ball, great hooks, great
yeah,
energy, wordplay is crazy, and he tell hella stories. So, and they
yeah.
both tell great stories. So it's like, yeah, it. I might be excited to hear this one come on the track. Pause, but at the same time, it's like I'm not slouching when this other motherfucker's going. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's right. That's right. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat for both of their verses. You know what I'm saying? But when they come to like Ghetto Boys, usually I'm on the edge of my seat for the Scarface verse. You know what I'm saying? But with UGK, it's equal. I'm wanting to hear both verses. You
You
know,
waiting for the whole song
yeah,
is hit.
that's the thing. But not to say that Willie D or Bushwick was whack or nothing like that. It's just that the as much of a lyricist that Face is, like, I'm kind of like anticipating his bars more than the other guys because you know he just that kind of lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
So between the two sets, and we know, well, I know for sure, but most of us know, and they just heard you say, like, you know, Face is your guy,
Yeah,
UGK
bro.
is your group. So there's
Yeah.
already a conflict there. Let's
No,
add to that
no, no,
conflict.
UGK is my duo.
Your duo.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's my duo. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Fifth Ward Boys is my group.
Okay. I was saying, okay.
Yeah, them
All
my
right.
niggas right there. Them my
Now
niggas right
I want to talk about them a little bit. And so we gonna really basically get into your background until we get chopping here. Hopefully we get chopping so we can get into this. Either way, we're gonna talk about this project. But
right on.
I want to find out a lot of this is like leading up to the differences that we're gonna end up seeing between the New York to Texas connection, but at the same
Right,
time,
right.
we're gonna find them similarities too. So
I see where you're going.
saying,
You building up. Yeah, oh,
you know what I'm
boy.
saying?
God damn it. Okay, go ahead.
Now I want to ask though, I want some more controversy out of you. Which one of those, and we actually we're not gonna pick on Fifth Ward Boys. I know they near and dear to your heart in a different way, but which one of those best represents Texas for you? The Ghetto Boys or UGK? And not for your personal pick, but like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, in the mainstream commercial, when it comes time that, you know, the South got something to say, which one of those is holding more weight? The Ghetto Boys or UGK?
UGK, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. For Texas, UGK would definitely be the representation
Okay.
for Texas, bro. Yes, yes.
And is that because I have a feeling, and I guess I'm asking for more for validation. I have a feeling that as much as the Ghetto Boys represent Texas and as dope as Scarface is and how he always was putting on for Texas, like he broke the doors really in a lot of ways that, you know, we didn't have that lyricist, that echelon type of barsmith, and Face was the one that was doing that for us, right? But I wonder if, and correct, actually, let's do it this way. I'm gonna make a statement. I need you to correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I would say that UGK puts on for Texas in a different manner because they resonate with the younger generations, that those late 80s, you know, like 89, 90s, 2000s cats, right? Some of the more current
Yeah.
street cats, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say when you think of and like I said, bro, this ain't taking nothing away from GB. You know, we know that they put on for Houston, Texas, you know. But when it come to UGK, I think their sound, their look, it represented Texas culture. You know what I'm saying? I think it was kind of like when you think of the Texas culture, they go right with it. They had the dialect, they had the cars, the jewelry, the grills,
The jackets, the hats,
bro. Like it was just the way they put on,
the
man. Just the way
creasy
they put on.
jeans,
The content, the shit that they talked about, like I said, they wasn't political like a Willie D. They were political in their own way, uh, and not as a whole, not as lyrical as a Scarface. Now Bun held that part down, but Bun can switch it up too. You know, Bun can switch it up too, and then Pimp was able to switch it up a little bit too. He wasn't like a Bar Smith, but yeah, Pimp would still say some shit. Yeah, they was kind of like the best of both worlds. They showed the culture part of Texas, and they was able to talk their shit politically and make it come across to a ghetto nigga like we can understand that shit, man. We can
bro.
understand it coming from them.
Bro, I'm telling you, when you in the back of that little Baron or you in the bucket rolling, and you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, on the way to a lick or a serve or whatever the situation may be. I mean,
yeah.
just Friday night getting, you know what I'm saying?
It,
Now,
it it just it popped off different, man. Like Ghetto Boys didn't have the country blues type of sound that UGK will come with also. with the slow down, heavy bass beats. Ghetto Boys, even when they first came out way back in the days, they was kind of trying to compete with a Run DMC
Okay.
and trying to get on like a Public Enemy kind of tip, mixed with a little NWA
I
type.
like I like where you're going, and that leads me to, that's a great segue, because that leads me to a question I had in my head. I wanted to ask you, and again, this is we playing off the New York to Texas scenario, right?
Right.
UGK is your duo, and in a lot of ways they represent Texas, right?
Right.
And I think what's important is people may not notice that Ghetto Boys sound. And again, I'm gonna make a statement, and I want you to correct me if I'm wrong. Ghetto Boys sound was the South trying to bring in that New York bombastic kind of vibe, right? Like you said, the Run DMC. And when we got to UGK, it was like, nah, this is our sound. This is hip hop from the South.
That's right.
Okay.
Just like Pimp said, yeah, we know hip hop started on the East, then it moved to the West, but when it came down here, we just did it a little different. We did it a little better. So I bet you if you put all of y'all records on one side of the stove and put all the country rap tunes on one side of the stove, we gonna see who sell out first. Like it was just kind of like we UGK just stood on their own sound and was like, fuck being accepted by anybody. We gonna bring in these old Bootsy Collins samples, these the Meters samples, these Bill Withers samples, you know. I want to spread the news that if you feel this good getting used, you just keep on using me. You know what I'm talking about?
Till you use me, y'all.
Yeah,
Bow, bow,
yeah.
bow.
So them boys they were just like, man, we just gonna stand on our own shit, man. So that's just kind of why I give them the card for Texas representation. They stood on their own sound. I love that shit.
Okay, so now I want to ask you a little bit about your sound. Dang,
Okay.
back to the lab. Sco Flint. Actually, hold on. Let's go. Let's take a quick step back. We left Vegas. I want to go back to Vegas though. Back to the Fifth Element. Shout out to the Fifth Element.
Yeah,
The bar test. The bar test. You got nasty. You got busy, my guy.
man.
So, did you have to? I guess my real question is like, how did you approach putting those bars together? How did you approach getting ready for the bar test? Like, is it something that you're used to? Is it like, have you been in ciphers before? Have you had to do that kind of spitting?
Yeah, I've been in ciphers before, bro. And man, I'm not gonna even lie to you. This brings up something. I was in a cipher and these dudes they put it on YouTube, and the name of the clique back then, it was called Family Business, Fam Biz for short.
Okay.
So, everybody had they turn to do a 16 or 24, whatever it was you want to come with, and everybody had a few turns too with a verse, and everybody in the comments was bigging me up and was kind of like degrading the other guys, man.
Ooh.
Like talking down on the other guys, and it made me feel fucked up because I was like, man, these is my family members, these my comrades, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand y'all might be bigging me up, but y'all still kind of like down in these niggas, man. It wasn't really a good look to me, man. But it's just something about approaching like a cipher, man, because you just want to make sure that you rep, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that you go hard. And when I knew, now this wasn't a cipher, but this freestyle, this the bar test is just about as equal like a cipher, like you because the cats that done been there before, it's not that everybody's spitting at the same time. it's a collective of all the bars that's been spit there before. So it's still kind of like a cipher. But I was just like, man, you know, other cats that been here and wrecked, and man, you know, and some cats, you know, I heard before, and I was like, man, I know I can do a little something. You know, I know I can do a little something better than that. You know what I'm saying? So I just made sure, man. I just made sure that I had, you know, some decent shit to say. You know, the ending, you know, the punchlines and everything was kind of dope. You know, it wasn't basic. Now I tried, man. I just tried to make sure, you know, I did my,
You
you
ain't
know,
try. You did. You did.
man. Well, hey, I appreciate that, man.
Nah,
I appreciate that. And you know, and that's why I was shouting you out, man, because you know, I was telling cats, man, if you know, you know, you know. Shout out to my boy Bump, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause bro, like you motivated me a lot for that right there. I'm telling you, like I had no for real. I had you in mind every time. Every time I was thinking about going up there, man. I had you in mind. I was like, yeah, man. You know, for especially for the commission, you know, I say, yeah, I'm a rep. I'm a rep, man. I want my boy Bump and my boy Dave from however. You know, I want my boys to be proud. You know, so that's what I did, man. I just
very
tried.
proud. Very proud. I couldn't be more proud of, bro, to be able to watch. You know what I'm saying? My capo, my boy, my man, them like go and do his thing, man.
I just wanted to make sure y'all was happy, man, and was satisfied with how I rep, man.
Now, from my angle, you passed. Now I gotta ask though, did you pass the bar test?
They told me I passed. They told me I was certified. They said it was a layup. They said that was a layup. Yeah, that was a free throw, man.
Hey, let's go. And he hit him. No shack on that one, baby.
I was like, damn, you know, and I really didn't. I don't really think I turned all the way up. I was like, oh shit, you know, that's pretty dope. Then if they thought that was a layup, then shit. Wait till they hear the New York to Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna dive into a little bit. We'll probably have to come back around and catch Chop. We're gonna figure it out with him. But I got a bunch of questions here for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get your take on those things, and we'll come back and get his take. But
Okay.
one thing I do want to ask before we even get into those questions, I want to talk about your flow. Now, how much of Sco Flint has been put to bed, put to rest, and how much of it are we getting Dame? Are we getting back to the lab?
I would say, bro, I would say about 75% of Sco Flint has been put to rest because that boy right there was pimping, you know, hustling. It was crazy. You know, like he was nice. He was nice lyrically, but his content was for a certain crowd. You know what I'm saying? It was for a certain crowd, man. And Dame, you know, DMR, that's the student. That's the student of the culture. And he putting his craft to good use. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just spewing a whole bunch of street shit, you know what I'm saying, over some dope ass beats. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you make me want to go get my joint, man. Hold up. Hold up. Can I go get my joint?
Go get your joint, man. Go get your joint. Look, y'all. Hey, I might always say a quick powwow. It's not a quick powwow. Bump Jonas here, representing for the commission. Salute. You see the New York. Let me get my. Hey, there it is. You see the New York. You see the back to the lab. Who the fuck? You know what it is. New York to Texas connection. We chopping my man back to the lab right over there. You know what I'm saying? Representing for Texas. That's the back to the lab lid. Pretty soon we'll end up chopping with my man Chop It Up, aka Rich Notch. We've been diving a little bit, getting his story together. My man getting a joint, getting a little something to get right. We're gonna talk about this project from the Texas perspective. That's what we're gonna do, right? No plex, none of that shit. We don't bar nothing, man. We getting straight to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right on.
Now, while you lighten up though, I want to ask you, talk to us a little bit about your flow. Your because for those that don't know, one thing that is very, for me, I think very particular, unique about Dame, about Back to the Lab is that Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, right, is probably one of is like, is that that's not the album that got you like really pulled into hip hop, but it's like one of your big joints, right? Most nostalgic.
The one that got me in there is, you got to think around 87, 88. 88 really is my favorite year. You know what I'm saying? So, but 87, Licensed to Ill. You know what I'm saying? With Brass Monkey, Paul Revere. Like, that was my shit.
Okay.
That's a Sonic, Slick Rick, NWA, you know, shit like that. You know, the first Ghetto Boys, Making Trouble, like, ridiculous. That's my era right there, 88. You know,
Okay, so that's the era that caught your attention, that brought you into the fold of the culture. Yeah. What is the artist or the project that was like, I could rap? The one that lets you know, like, man, I could do this. Let me pick up this pen.
That made me know I can rap?
Yeah.
LL Cool J, Bigger and Deffer. I was like, yeah, I could do this. Ooh. I could do this.
Oh, shit. Okay. You know, all right.
I could do this. Matter of fact, I'm showing my age too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm showing my age, bro. Like that 88, 87, you know, 89. Yeah, you couldn't tell shit.
That shows your age a little bit. Shows where your basis is from, your foundation. But when we hear the bar test, that's not the flow.
Well, you know that you got your foundation, but then you also have what you grew up listening to, you know, over the years. Like, that's your foundation. But then, you know, I got into my Qs and my Jay-Z's and my Snoops. You know, I got into all of that shit too. You know, my Cool G raps. So the foundation was still there, but just having the ability to put the words together, you know, and not to make it plain, you know, to kind of make your bars a little intricate, you know, use the multiple syllables, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit, you just kind of like learn that along the way, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the foundation gonna be there. The 88 gonna still be there. The little 12-year-old Dame that was recording songs off of Magic 102 and, you know, doing the pause play and writing down the bars and shit, like, that Dame still in me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm you know, pause. I'm still, that Dame still there. But like I say, you know, over the years, when you grow up listening to different lyricists, man, like beats, like, you know, Biggies and Ghost Faces and you know, cats that's just raw, and you see how they putting their bars and shit together, then you just kind of start, you know, emulating that shit a little bit.
Okay, so that's a good, sets me up with a good question I was thinking while you were talking, and it was actually something I wanted to get to. What's an artist? So you know, 88, 89 is your era. It brings you into the culture. You're like, nah, this is my shit. You start to hear these other artists that then like, okay, this is where I want to emulate. I want to start writing. I want to get to this flow. Name an artist that you heard them and it made you like, oh, I gotta rethink my approach to how I'm handling my flow.
Now that happened a couple of times. It happened a couple of times. So I would say in the beginning, I probably want to say it was Rakim.
Okay.
Then it got to a point where it was kind of like Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through a phase where I used to pass out my mixtapes and shit. Back in my Memoirs of a Coach. That was the name of my mixtape series. I did like four of them, man.
Okay.
Some telling me to put them on SoundCloud or something like that. Somebody keep telling me to do that shit, so I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I did like 4 joints back in the day, but they was underground, hella underground.
Before though, you was prolific, bro. You had a series.
Yeah, I had a series. Yeah, it was called Memoirs of a Coach. We
Okay.
got up, we got up to we got up to four volumes. Yeah, we got up to 4 volumes of that
That's
motherfucker.
hard. Okay.
But it's underground. I got them on my MacBook. I'm just, I probably will post them hoes up on SoundCloud.
Yeah, we need to hear that. We need to hear that.
I'll post them on YouTube. That way I get the views. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
You know what? You know what? Some of y'all already subscribed to my man at Back to the Lab. What you need to do is get the extra step and like not just follow, but subscribe. That's what I should have said. Maybe you'll find that shit on the other wall, the other content wall. I don't know.
Man, I'm telling you, I want them to tap in right now. I'm telling you, this is the golden time right now. Because in a little while, it's going to be crazy.
So let me ask you, man, like, we're going to dive into this project a little bit, but I want to ask you what you started rapping, Skull Flint comes alive, you sit down for a little bit. What gets you back into rapping again? Because you had effectively retired or stopped, right? I mean, you was
shit. Rich did it. Rich did it, man. Rich sent me the track for Big Talker, and was like, "Nah, it's like riding a bike. Damn, I know you can still do it. I know you can still do it." So yeah, that sparked it, and then you kind of motivated because you did a track on the joint, and I'm like, oh man, I need to catch up. Cass is still doing it because I was struggling with the whole age thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Oh yeah, he's 40. Nobody wants to hear a 40-year-old rapper try jazz. You know how they be saying. Niggas always got jokes and shit. You need to try some R&B. So I was just like, man, niggas is still doing this shit. You got dudes in the industry that's still doing this shit, and they the same age as me and my comrades. So it's like, man, shit, why can't we, still go on and flex one time? So yeah, so when he sent me the track and the shit came out dope, I was like, yeah, I think we back in the mix, man. I don't think we done.
And that mix was beautiful, bro. Now, okay, we're gonna get into the business here, man. I got a couple questions here I want to ask you, get into the meat of this joint, right? Okay. And the way you set that up was a great segue, man. I love that shit. That's an assist there. Big Talkers to a full LP, New York to Texas connection. Yeah. So for me, I want to know, how did it happen? We know how Big Talkers happened. How did New York to Texas connection happen? And it seemed to happen very quickly. Was that the intent, or talk to us about that a little bit? Like, it just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Chop, Rich Notch. Yeah, Chop was like, I think we should do an EP first, just to test the waters. If they like Big Talker, then we'll give them a little bit, we'll give them a little bit more. Okay. And then if they like the EP, then we're gonna come with a full album. So I think that's what kind of made it come together quick, because it was a hot like 6 songs, you know what I'm saying? Hot 6 songs. We did 4 together and a solo a piece.
Okay.
So I flew out there, and shit, we laid it down, man. We got that shit done in like 2 days. Well, the 4 songs, we got that shit done in like 2 days. And then I got back to the crib, wrote the last joint, my solo joint, and then he wrote his solo joint. We sent those in, and shit, that's how it came together so quick, man, because not knocking them 4 songs out in that 2 days, and then just having one song a piece to do after that. You know, we was able to get that shit
That
wrapped
was
up.
cake. That was cake at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, because the pressure was on in the studio, man. We had all the beats, but we only had one song ready to record.
Oh
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? So it was kind of crazy because, you know, yeah, we laid the first one. We knew exactly what we wanted to do. That one was a wrap. Then it was like, okay, so now we got this time. Now we gotta write. We gotta write the next joint. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us having it prepared already. So, you know, we boom, quick, write the next track and get on up in there and lay that one. And then we did the same thing the next day, man. Wrote both songs the next day. So the pressure was on. So with it being a little pressure,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of brought out a different animal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, you know, I'm writing, he looking at my pad, I'm looking at his pad, like we trying to see who gonna say what. And you gotta check in and spit a few bars every
Mm-hmm.
time every time you write a few bars, you gotta, update the nigga and
What you
shit.
think?
Yeah, you gotta update the nigga real quick, like, yo, now check this out, now check it out. So boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so you know, I think that energy was bouncing off each other, bro, and I don't know, and it just brought out a different animal, man. And we wrecked that shit, man. At least I feel like we did.
No, y'all did. Y'all wrecked that hoe. Y'all, I mean, those that are listening now, you don't get a chance yet. November 3rd, it's gonna be out. New York to Texas connection. I got my man Dame, aka Back to the Lab, in this motherfucker, man. Bump Jonas here representing for the commission, y'all. Hiphop.commission.worldwide. That's the Instagram tag. Website coming soon. We're working on things. We're always working. Remember
Mm-hmm.
that. All right.
Yeah,
But
indeed.
also remember this. We talk hip hop. So with that, I wanna ask, man, like, well, you kind of gave us the some of the meat of it, like how was the project recorded? So we did the 4 in New York, and then you go back home and do one yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you really describe the process. What I'm hearing to me is like some Capone and Noriega, some Wu-Tang type of pressure where you in the studio and you got this beat coming on and you got to pull it together. What is Tall Genius doing in this process? Is he's like, hey man, you got these beats, y'all go wreck this shit,
Yeah,
or is he
that
engineering? Or
tall genius. Well, I'm gonna tell you how. So he'll send you the beat, but it's not done. He just want to get your vocals.
okay,
You know, and once he gets your vocals, then he start building around it. And he started going crazy around it. So yeah, we giving it our all, lyrically, but then all that does is just kind of helps him figure out what he needs to add to it after it. Cause he can't really put too much into it if he don't know what we're saying. So he give us the skeleton and maybe a couple of organs, you know. Oh damn, no pun intended, because organs is an instrument. That's crazy. So yeah, so he give us the skeleton and a couple of organs and then then we put the muscle on that motherfucker, man, and then he just come back and just lace the skin on top of that bitch, bro. Just ooh,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
man.
I love it. Now,
Nah,
I mean,
I ain't even intending to put that shit out there like that, but yeah.
nah, that was now the whole setup was good, and that's something I want to talk about was you guys were writing there on the spot, and I got a chance to hear a couple of these joints ahead of time,
Yes.
and the way that you guys are flowing back and forth, the way that you guys are rapping with each other, it really, you could tell right off the bat that y'all did it in each other's presence.
Yeah.
So I guess what I want to ask is like, how did that change or develop the camaraderie that you guys already had being Commission Brothers and now being, I guess, a duo of a sort, right? Or being Project Brothers.
Yeah, it made it feel like you it's like you got a brother, you know what I'm saying? Like damn, you know, or what is the next close thing to it, like, you know, like your favorite cousin or something like that.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
it took shit up a notch. It took shit up from Commission Bros. You know, we talk hip hop. It took it up. It took it up a notch. Like man, you know, this my nigga right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the shit was a vibe because I'm telling you, we had got a Scarface Nas kind of vibe. Not to say that we lyrically on their level, but we 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 was feeling that vibe like the real favor for a favor, you know, New York to Texas connection. Like we was really kind of feeling that vibe right there, bro. So it made me look at him different, like man, this my bro right here, man. Like this nigga all right here, man. I like this dude right here. Like, it
I
was
like.
dope, man. It was dope. It was dope.
See, that's the beauty of hip hop, right? Not only did you discover your or rediscover your abilities, but you discovered another layer of the relationship with this cat within the
Yeah,
culture. Still, you know, that's a beautiful thing, man. And well, I mean, that's the point, right?
for sure.
Now, here's something I want to ask. Like, I don't know what that one. You mentioned this is like it's not your first experience, but it's probably your first experience in this digital or content driven era.
Right.
So I want you to talk to us a little bit about that aspect of the process. You know, the rollout or you know the walk up to putting it out. Did some of that have to play into how you recorded the project or you know any of the content?
The only thing that was kind of like new to me in this process, you know, something that I knew about, but it was just a little. It felt it was different to go ahead and finally put it into effect, and that was doing my publishing,
Ooh,
uh, signing up with DistroKid. You know, I had to go in and find my login ID numbers for my ASCAP. You know, pause. I know that might sound funny to people, but if you're in the music world, you know what the ASCAP is. But yeah, so you know, it was just wild. It was different for me, man. And then to talk percentages and you know and all that good stuff, man. You know, it's copyrights. It was just wild to have those conversations right there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm 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 worried about like, you know, how's it gonna show up? You know, what's it gonna look like? You know, whose names? You know, can they click my name? Can they type my name in and find it? Like what goes on? You know, like that. I'm crazy now because I never did a collab. You know, number one, and I never did something that's put out digitally on these streaming platforms.
right.
So I'm just kind of curious as to how is it all lined up, you know, because this my first run, you know, but I'm learning it and I feel like you know it's a good experience, man, because when it comes to the next one, you know, I'll know what to do. Uh, I'll know what not to do, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's been cool so far, man. The rollout, and you know, and check this out, and like the promos and shit like that, that shit been coming naturally, man. Cause we saying the shit so much on lives and shit to where we can just take a little clip out and boom, that go a commercial like this. It's the new commercial. You know what I'm saying? It's the new commercial, man.
I
So
love it.
the shit been like butter. Like I got Poncho doing a shout out in one of his lives. I turned that into a reel, and you know what I did at Fifth Element, turned that into a reel. Like it's you know, bro, it's feeling dope, man. It's just giving
And
me
you,
more
you
ideas as the days wind down.
and you're moving natural with it too. Like it just feels so
Yeah,
organic in the way that it's happening, the way that it's being put out and produced. So that's why I was like, this is. It doesn't seem like it's your first time, you know, in terms of how it's being presented. That's really what I wanted to say, but I wanted to talk through it a little bit and get your perspective because the shit just looks like I wouldn't say like anybody else did it, but it definitely doesn't feel like your first time. You know what I mean? So
Okay, I give you an analogy, man. And I tend to always have these food analogies. You know what I'm saying?
come on
I
with it.
I like the grub. So it's just like looking over a recipe. You know what I'm saying? You're looking over the recipe so many times, or something I actually did in person. I watched a Gordon Ramsay video on how to make the perfect steak. I watched the video like 4 or 5 times back to back. You know what I'm saying? So when I got up in the kitchen and actually did it, I just whipped through that shit like it was nothing. And you know, the people that I was feeding was like, damn, this bitch perfect. Like, yeah, you cold.
Did you go to school for this?
I'm like, this is my first time doing this shit. Like getting it like this, put it like that. Getting the perfect steak. Yeah, like, yeah. But I watched the video, like, so this, I guess that comes from you know, reading, watching content about, you know, like your man, what's our man's name? La Russell. You know what I'm saying? La Russell, he talk a lot about, you know, getting on top of your game, your puppy and shit like that. So it's kind of like this shit is already playing in your head. You didn't already save some of these posts and watch them over and over again about, you know, DSPs and DistroKid and all this old shit. So when it's actually time to put it into play, some of the shit you already got on your mind, and then you with somebody that done the shit before, they just school you the rest of the way. And that's why it seemed kind of, you know, like a jump shot, man. You know what I'm saying?
Was it? Hey
But
man, you pull up. I've been here. It's nothing, bro.
yeah, that's like I told Tall. I was like, hey man, I got ASCAP. You know, I got a publishing company. Like, you know, just tell me what I need to do. And shit, I'm sure that took a nice chunk of pressure out of his day to day, just knowing that shit was already done, and I ain't have to wait and you know, and sign up and everything. So you know, like, it was just, you know, it was just something that I had already had on my mind from back then. But I still picked up a couple of tips along the way, though.
Man, well, salute to you, man. You pulled that shit off.
So yeah, we rocking, man.
Now look, I got just a couple questions before I got to get us up out of here, man. But I
Facts.
want to ask you now, 7 joints. And we probably got an outro. No, there's a remix. There's a
Yeah,
four-string basement version.
yeah.
But I want to ask, out of those 7 joints, not your solo one, we can't count your solo.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's your favorite?
Goodbye. That's that. Hey man, mark my word. I want everybody to hear me right now. Goodbye gonna be the one. Goodbye gonna be the one.
All right.
Watch what I tell you.
Yo, hey, put that on parlay, y'all. We're gonna put that on the parlay. Let's go hit.
Goodbye is gonna be the one, bro. That, hey man, it was a dope storytelling vibe. I think men and women gonna feel that joint. Just y'all wait till y'all hear it. Wait till y'all hear it. And then
Say goodbye.
when the track come on, it's gonna remind you of an oldie but goodie. So, you know, just rock with me.
All right, now look, let me ask
With
you
us.
this. Rock.
Yes.
Let me, and you know, I want to say, like, throughout the entire joint, what I heard was connection and energy, and man, I really did get a New York to Texas connection. I really did get sort of two people, not even sort of, distinctly, particularly, uniquely, two people that either understood each other or made a really supreme attempt to understand each other, because there was ways that y'all were weaving references in between things a lot. You know what I mean? That motherfucker, I mean, y'all will get it when you listen to it. I was blessed to be able to hear things early. So but that leads me to my final question. And this is something, a lot of this I'm gonna ask Chop. I need to get Chop's take on some of this, right? So we get the story of how you found hip hop, we get the story of how you develop your sound, and then how you get to where we are now and the experiences. All of that is baked into how we finally get to hear Dane or Back to the Lab on New York to Texas Connection. My question to you is, for you, for your journey, your experience, from your perspective, did you achieve the sound that you were going for? Did the music turn out as you intended it to from your creative perspective?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I feel like the beats and all these beats is made by the same guy. To everybody out there, I'm just letting y'all know. One guy. But I think he hit it out the park, man. You know, pause. I don't know if that's pausable. But what I'm saying is he was able to give us a NY sound on some tracks. He was able to give us a Dirty South sound on some tracks. You know, H-Town, you know, NYC, you know, what, however you want to look at it. Like I felt like we touched every base, man, with this joint right here, sonically. And then lyrically, I know we did the damn thing. I know we did. Even though the pressure was on in them sessions, you know, for those 2 days, the pressure was on. I think we delivered though, bro.
You did. You absolutely did. I can tell you. And motherfuckers say they did not fight them in the face. Now, well, I would, but no.
Yeah,
now,
you got to get in front of me first. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I did hear you say you ready for the next time. So does that mean there's a project from you coming, or a New York to Texas connection 2 coming?
It's gonna be New York to Texas connection, the album. Because right now we just giving them the EP. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting to do right there. That's when we're gonna do the album. Hey, and that album gonna go crazy. Cause I want the commission to be all on this motherfucker. I want us to get good, like industry features, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Like this gonna be a good look, man. We can get some industry features on this joint.
All right, man. Now look, let us know. Album comes out, or the EP, New York to Texas Connection, comes out November 3rd. Mm-hmm. Where can we find it? Where can we find you? Where can we find Rich Notch?
You can find the EP on all streaming platforms, November 3rd. This is Tall Genius, Rich Notch, DMR, the New York to Texas Connection. That's it, bro. I'm telling you. Any streaming platform that you fuck with, you can get it there. You can find Tall Genius on Instagram at Tall Genius. On I think he's on TikTok, YouTube, all that Tall Genius, man. Like Google it, you'll find it if you just can't find it by his name. You can find Rich Notch on Instagram at Chop It Up Hip Hop, all one word. You can find me on Instagram at Back to the Lab with the number 2. Back to the Lab. Yes. Now it's some underscores in there, but if you just type it in the search, Back to the Lab, it'll pop up. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry about the underscores. You'll see it and you'll know it when you see it. And yeah, in my personal page, I love DMR. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right, man.
It's about to go down, man, and I feel good because we rep the commission real well on here, man, and this only the beginning.
It's up. You know all up, y'all, all up. Hey, man, it's been a hell of a time. It's always an honor and a pleasure to just build with you, to talk with you, to break bread. Much love and blessings to you, to Chop, to Tall Genius, to the New York to Texas Connection projects. And man, hey, look, y'all heard it. There's another one coming out.
Yeah.
Goodbye is the one that he's putting the bet on. So y'all need to go ahead and get behind that one. And just be ready. November 3rd. Y'all know what it is, all right? With that, man, we talk hip hop. That's my man Back to the Lab. Let me get my mirrors right. That's Back to the Lab. I'm Bump Jonas. We represent the commission where we talk hip hop, man. Y'all have a good one. Stay blessed. And hey, just be dope motherfuckers, man. We out. Fire.